bongo, he don't wanna leave the Congo.
Grand Theft Auto V's overflowing story mode has had most of the gaming world captivated since its release in the middle of last month, but October brought with it a new dose of GTA goodness in the shape of the huge online game. GTA Online's launch was not without its problems. Server issues and character deletion plagued the first week of availability in much the same way as other big game launches that had online requirements suffered from heavy user loads and enraged fans. GTA Online annoyed, frustrated and angered many of the people trying to play it, but things seem to have generally improved to the point where we can play it a little bit and tell you what it's all about. If you're watching this video on TheSixthAxis.com, you'll be able to read some of the memorable moments of our staff members below. We'll add a link to the description of this video so YouTube viewers can nip off and read a bit too.
You gotta love that. Who your partner is, pimp? Who your partner is?
Simply put, GTA Online is about you and the stories you'll develop for yourself through the course of playing the game. As with all online multiplayer games, it's generally better played with friends, so we got together and played a few hours through the mayhem.
We're gonna go to this pub and play darts.
That's not to say that there's a lack of developer-created content in this large open-world environment. Rockstar has peppered the map with missions for you to take part in, as well as adding some of the usual GTA distractions that you might like to enjoy with friends.
What do you think I'm doing?
For example, there are a number of stores you can hold up by pointing your gun at the cashier until he fills a bag with cash from the register. It's a nice touch that you can shout into your headset and make him fill the bag faster, but screaming, "Put the money in the bag, you f***ing slag!" brought some inquisitive looks from my dogs and surely piqued the interest of my neighbours too.
Now get the hell out of here!
Of course, GTA always holds the potential to surprise you, and this particular shopkeep just wasn't going to stand there and take my own personal falling down moment. He shot me. To death. That's a crime. And that's just the tip of a particularly violent and chaotic iceberg. You can enable a passive mode by entering a menu and paying $100, but otherwise you're at the mercy of the other players in the game. That means, of course, that many people have decided to just indiscriminately shoot other players during free roaming sessions, getting in the way of mission completion and actively spoiling much of the game for those of us who aren't morons. But it's hardly news that online shooting games with randoms attract their fair share of idiots, and the aforementioned passive mode helps protect you from that worry. You rank up, unlocking more items as you go. That means more costumes with which to attire your San Andreas self. It also means better weapons and attachments, as well as better car modifications. This means that there's a nice curve of progression as you play through the missions and events, and it gives you something to aim for because you'll always want those sticky bombs or that souped up engine. Races offer a fairly quick way to progress, with lots of variation in styles. There are lapping road races and point-to-point races. Some on roads, some on dirt tracks, and some that mix surfaces. You can race in cars and bikes, and the game gives you a selection to choose from, so you don't have to worry about arriving in the right vehicle. Cash earned performing the various jobs in GTA Online can be deposited for safety at ATM or shared with other players. You'll also be able to purchase bundles of in-game cash from the various online stores, but for the moment that option has been switched off while Rockstar works to complete bug fixes and get the core of the game running smoothly. There's a crew system which essentially allows you to join a virtual gang. The TSA crew is fairly large and everyone in it will be friendly and fun to play with, so just drop us a comment if you'd like to be invited, and hopefully the crew bosses will be in touch soon. You can join multiple crews, and the game allows you to set preferences for joining games with them and sharing things like your own personal vehicle. Vehicles are handled slightly differently to the story mode of the game, in that if you're in a stolen car you're much more likely to be spotted by the police and chased. This can make simply getting around the city quite a nervy experience if you're short on ammunition, health, or simply trying to avoid a scrap. Everyone has their own personal vehicle though, which can be customised at Los Santos Customs or using the iFruit app for smartphones. This is my own beautiful matte black Vapid Dominator. There's a system for tracking and insuring your car against destruction, and if you leave it somewhere, it's likely to be impounded by the 5-0 and require you to steal it back from the lockup. So there's plenty to do in GTA Online, plenty to discover, plenty of depth to it, and it'll offer plenty of time for you to keep playing. But, as you would expect, GTA Online is perhaps most about the bits that aren't planned as part of the game. Those unexpected moments, the things you do just because you can, even though you won't earn any cash or level up at all. Among these structured upgrade paths and plotted jobs, GTA Online has a certain chaotic, loose madness about it. and that's what makes it the most fun. TSA staff and community members will be playing GTA Online a lot over the coming weeks, so if you're interested in getting some game time with friendly folk who won't just shoot you and steal all your cash, like I did when Blair was nice enough to offer me a lift during a recent race, let us know and we'll try to get you into some of our sessions.
I respawned in a new car. That's cool.